Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Advance Wars by Web replay. So on the bottom right side as the Blue Moon Kindle, we got Doomsday31415, which is the digits for pi. The only digits of pi I know off the top of my head is 3.141592. On the top left side as the Silver Claw Andy, we have a foreign name. I don't know how to read, speak, or nor write foreign, so foreign name shall do. Or Andy. By the way, this is a Fog of War map. It is a triple base map with an airport. This map is wide, and there is a decent amount of properties here, good for Kindle. And things well when it comes to global damage such as Urban Blight, Andy will not be super great against it because his repair ability, of course, will take secondary to the global or natural repairs you just always do. Got a recon pull out there, stealth point away from the black boat, so he's going to try to do a bit of a stealthy recon rush. I think there's a good possibility. It all depends about how well both players do positioning, because Kindle has that very powerful urban attack, attacking from urban terrain type, which I feel more about as a retaliation tool. After all, say a tank is on top of a city, gets struck by another tank, pull back the tank, and put another tank on top of the city to retaliate for plus 40% damage. You know, has a wild tank there in vision range of the black boat. And we do have now double recon rush by Andy. Artillery piece and more infantry. Tank, infantry. Artillery in range black boat, as well as the pipe scene. We're taking one round of machine guns. Infantry by Andy, so maybe going to save me something a little bit next turn, maybe a battle copter. This recon is right there. Hidden, able to get some great vision going. Does spot the tanks, of course, knows the tanks here. At least knows about their initial deployment. Now he knows where the future tanks are going. I'll give you more as I open up my drink. Sorry, getting a little bit thirsty. Tank, infantry. Right now I've been drinking a lot of fluids because it's been quite warm out recently. Takes out that recon there. Battle copter, infantry. So looks like Kindle does well the first battle copter. Andy has not. 11,000 funds in the bank, so perhaps not again this turn. Recon, infantry. Oh, drink some fluid. I drink quite a bit of fluids. Usually, each stream I drink a 2-liter of Diet Pepsi. Probably a little bit too much Diet Pepsi for one person to drink, but at least it's 0 calorie. Tank, recon, infantry. Yeah, right now outside where I'm at, it's 85 degrees with like 60 to 70% humidity. So it's a nasty day. Though I definitely experienced worse. My first day on my deployment to Kuwait, it was 130 degrees. For those who use Celsius, I believe that's 55 Celsius. And it was also a little bit humid. I think it was like 40% humidity with a 15-mile-per-hour wind. So in short, it was an oven. It was a convection oven. Artillery, tank, infantry. So, got a decent amount of tanks for both sides. Andy right now has 4 tanks, 1 artillery, versus 5 tanks, 1 artillery, and a battle copter. Takes out that tank there, nice little pick, though the retaliation damage was quite strong. An extra point of damage. I'm from my unit was in Indiana. It was just a deployment at what's it called, at Abdullah Al Mubarak. Granted, that was about what, 2016. That's also where I started learning a couple years to modding and really got into it. Oh, Kindle does finish off that send up tank, but right now Andy has an artillery piece in range of this tank there, so it's going to receive a bit of a shelling. Infantry tank recon. Yeah, I'm no longer in the military right now. Left to get a more just future job. Right now, I'm a network engineer. In other words, I lay down cable. Artillery finished off with the tank there. Maybe I'm going to actually hit the other tank to get a wound, because now Kindle can simply take this tank and go back to the city. We'll take a shelling, but we'll get pretty close to one-shotting that one. If she pops Urban Blight, it will pop one-shot it, but looks like the infantry gets on top of it, so probably best avoid the area. And looks like she won't be able to advance into the area with the wall there. Pops Urban Blight after getting trapped. Let's see. Recon got hit, of course, some infantry across the line. That thing's got down to 1% health. Infantry got hit. Hit the battlecopter as well. Very nice. So it'll be a bit of a blight on Andy's repairs, but nothing too devastating, I would say. Takes the recon there. Does not take out that one unit. It is out of range to artillery piece. Probably is a good idea. It's on top of it right there. And something the artillery piece can't hit is the battlecopter, who now has plus, in total with the column tower, plus 100% firepower. Yep, that was easy one shot. Takes out the 1 health infantry unit there. That is not urbanized terrain. The platforms are not considered urbanized. Everything you read here is urban. Nothing more, nothing less. Get some good hit kills there. Neo-tank infantry. And Andy almost has a hyper upgrade. Probably charge 4, get some damage on his own units. Will definitely get his power charge going. As well as getting plus what, 10% firepower and plus 1 move range. A very nice combination of abilities, but I don't think this turn would be a great turn to pop it out. Goes for anti-air. Right now, Kindle has 99,800 on the field versus 69. Does get trapped there. Can pop a superpower, but I don't think it's worth it right now. The nice thing about his superpower, though, it does also boost his infantry movement speed, which is actually something a little less common. Yep. Not only on, but around cities because of her day-to-day passive, because that is actually a bit more lethal than Urban Blight. Except with Urban Blight, plus 100% firepower. I swear, Kindle, her Urban Blight is an excellent power. Her superpower, High Society, is actually good. Because if I were to take a look at this, she has 19 properties. Let's just round up to 20 for a nice easy mathematical number. That is plus 60% firepower. Along with getting a plus 130% from firing from urbanized terrain, you're getting to Colden levels, power of money, firepower. Granted, that's only on top of properties, but plus 6% firepower is greater than even most other CO's superpower. Because what, max is what, plus 50% in total? Yeah, plus 50% in total. Granted, that also does give him plus 2 move range, but still. What was it beforehand? Did they change the mathematical formula a little bit? I honestly don't know the exact mathematical formula for Dual Strike. Good strike there. And he has a superpower available, but his units are just not wounded. And yeah, his units are just not wounded. He can heal up one tank to full health. And what's right now probably most useful for Andy is +1 movement range, and was it +10 or +20% firepower? +10% firepower. Nice combination of abilities, but that's probably what he needs to use it for, just firepower bonus and mobility. Basically a weak max power. Pops the hyper upgrade, deals +1 tank to full health. All of his units are now full health. Get some decent damage there. Get some strikes on various infantry units there. And here, tank infantry. And it's turned with 84,000. Kindle starts turn 99, so Kindle is still in a commanding position. She does have a Neo tank on the field as well. She's been doing a very good job just making sure his opponent's units are just simply not alive. Nice boost strike there, able to put it down to 2 health. So now they include all urban terrain to stay faithful to cartridge. So labs and comm towers now count towards high society, whereas they don't think they were before. Alright, that gives a little bit extra firepower. Granted, labs not here. So in this case, comm tower just provided 1 additional property. So we're talking, in this case, it'll be about 3% boost. Not really a massive buff there. Yeah, when it comes to, like I said before, and Kindle's power is excellent. Her superpower is just good. Hence why it's probably better to spam up her superpower, because sometimes you just only need plus 80% firepower from attacking urban terrain. Not to mention you already wound whatever's on top of it. I'm to able to occupy and push off of it. That's why probably one reason why Urban Blight is so much better. The ability to wound something and then take over and then push off from it. It's such a powerful combination. Good strikes there. Guess put an 8 here, maybe pushing a little bit too far forward. Kindle only has the 1 battlecopter down here, or nope, she has 3 battlecopters. But this here will probably get Neo tanked next turn. And there's still Kindle's Black Bolt down over here. Urban Blight could be summoned, allow the Neo tank even kill the anti-air even further. Yeah, I'm sort of curious about that. How much damage is that doing? Yep, 155% minimum. Yeah, on this map, it's not much, but with double labs and comm towers, with the high income, you literally one-shot enemy tanks on planes on some maps. Yep, it can get to, it can get ludicrous, I cannot speak. She has high potential, sort of like Colon. But of course, Colon just snowballs with power with a Gold Rush. Tank, 8-tier tank, and serve 126,000. Andy starts turning over 75. He's still severely behind. Damage Kittle does have 2,000 income lead. Here's up the battlecopter there, very nice. Recon not like a good strike there, but will spot everything nearby. Puts around the Black Boat. And there could be a high society next turn. Does she need a high society next turn? I don't think so. I think an Urban Blight would be adequate. Because right now, down south, there's nothing really much to really utilize Urban High Society, or even really just Urban Blight. Up here, same thing as well. You got 1 battlecopter and a Neo tank. I don't think she should pop her High Society this turn. I think she should pop her Urban Blight. If not, nothing this turn. There's actually argument to say nothing this turn. But let's see what she does. She moves an infantry unit. An infantry unit. Huh, I did not take out that infantry unit there. The 3 alpha infantry unit takes it out. I can flip some properties up north. takes out the recon there. Artillery just creeping its way forward. We could see a mega boosted artillery piece next turn, since comm towers are classified as urbanized terrain, as we were talking about earlier. Will we see the plus 200% firepower artillery piece? Yeah! Takes out the black boat. You know, now think about it, there was an artillery piece that I took out the pipe scene. Sort of surprised it didn't take time to take out the black boat during that time frame. Does spot the anti-air or the artillery, and the artillery piece is knocked out, so we won't see the mega boosted artillery piece this game. Tank, infantry, and Andy hits the resign button. I was hoping to see a super powerful high society. Oh well, this is Angry saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.